Everyone thinks peak performance is about scaling your business, your income, or your impact. But what if I told you that the real breakthrough happens when you scale your subconscious? Ali Abdaal has made millions on YouTube, but in 95% of all times, when he has to do a video, he says, I don't want to hit record, I don't want to film this video. Or take Vanessa Lau, she has built an $8 million business, then shut it all down because she felt completely disconnected from herself. And these aren't motivation problems, these are subconscious problems. And here's the thing, if you are a high achiever, you know exactly that you're really good at forcing yourself to do the things you want to do. You're really good at being disciplined. Ali Abdaal has shown up every week for 8 years, even when he didn't want to. That takes incredible discipline. But imagine if Ali actually wanted to hit record. And imagine in his example that creating content felt natural, aligned, and energizing to him. Well, that's not fantasy. That's what peak performance actually looks like. While most high achievers think peak performance means just grinding harder, pushing through more resistance, or white-knuckling your way to success. But true peak performers, they make it effortless. And not because they don't work hard, but because they're not fighting themselves while they do it. And that's huge. Or let's take Vanessa again as an example. She scaled to 8 million while feeling she was living someone else's life. But what if scaling becomes something that feels more like yourself, not less? What if your biggest breakthroughs actually come from alignment and not from force? There's a completely different approach to peak performance that no one's talking about. Let me introduce you to the 95-5 rule. Have you ever thought about how you can just decide to walk and it just happens? Or have you ever asked yourself, while you continue to breathe at night when you're not really telling yourself to breathe? Well, these things just happen, right? But the same goes with how you are performing in your business or your career, because the 95-5 rule says that your conscious mind, the mind that does the goal setting, the strategy, or is executing your skills, this is only responsible for 5% of your mental processing. That means that the other 95% of what you do in your business or career is coming from the other 95%, and that is your subconsciousness. And the issue is that most peak performance advice only addresses the 5% of your logical mind. That means it doesn't address the huge part of how you operate the other 95%. And that means that every thought, every action, and every feeling that you have or do comes from programs running underneath your awareness. And here's the thing, how strong your peak performance is dictated by how strong your subconscious is in line with your goals. And now you're probably wondering, okay, Nadine, what does this even mean? My subconscious is responsible for most of my actions and most of my peak performance. Well, it means that your subconscious identity determines what feels normal or safe for you, and on the other hand, what feels not safe and not normal for you. So when your goals require you to operate beyond that subconscious programming, resistance can appear, and it does appear in the form of procrastination, self-doubts, imposter syndrome, just not wanting to do the things you're actually great at, or thinking like you're just not good enough, even though logically you absolutely are. Here's an example. Let's say you want to scale your business, but you have a subconscious program that says, well, only staying small is safe. What do you think will happen in your performance if your subconscious is operating with that programming? Well, exactly. you will delay the actions you have to take to scale your business, or you won't take the opportunities that are in front of you that will actually make you scale faster. I could give you a lot of examples here of what will happen, but you get the idea. Or let's say you want more visibility because you want to increase your profits or your sales, or you want to just grow your company in general. But if you have an internal programming that says, well, don't stand out, this is not something that is you, that doesn't belong to your identity, the exact same patterns will show up again. You will procrastinate, you will doubt yourself, or somehow you never find the time to actually do the things that will move you forward. It's like pressing the gas and the brake in your car at the same time. You invest lots of effort, but there's not really progress. You can't really drive, right? Like that. And here's where most people get it wrong. Most people think, well, I just have bad habits, I'm not disciplined enough, or I should just read more books or go to therapy maybe, or just work on my mindset. But the thing is, if you notice that you have those symptoms of a subconscious programming that is hindering you, your subconscious is running an outdated script. It has nothing to do with your habits. Because remember, the actions you take and the thoughts and feelings you have come 95% from your subconscious mind. So these aren't bad habits, but they're signals that your subconsciousness is running an outdated script. And that's the problem. So what does this mean for you exactly? Well, it means that when you have subconscious resistance, you burn a massive amount of mental and physical energy. So you will not reach 100% of your peak performance. You maybe reach 70%, 80 or 90%, but on the other hand, you still end up fighting with yourself, with the part of your subconsciousness that is not in alignment with your goals. And yeah, maybe you say now, well, Nadine, I'm just more disciplined and this will work out in the end. But I have to disagree here, because discipline works temporarily. You can push yourself to work harder, but the cost of that is huge. You risk burning out. You risk burning everything down. Like Vanessa Lau did with her 8 million business. You risk that scaling takes way more time and way more energy, and you lose a lot of money in the process. So if you, on the other hand, align your conscious mind and your subconscious mind so that they work together, they're on the same page, there's no internal conflict between them, you will eliminate the energy drain and performance will start to feel effortless. That doesn't mean you will never have days where you work hard or long, but the process is just energizing for you, and you will perform at your peak for the rest of your life, really. Because trying to achieve peak performance while your subconscious is not on board is like running uphill with a backpack full of bricks. I mean, sure, you can do it, you can force it, but it will burn you out fast. And to be honest, it's really not fun, isn't it? So discipline is not the problem, motivation is not the problem, but misalignment between your two parts is the problem. So now you probably ask yourself, okay, Nadine, I get it now, but how can I solve this problem fast? Well, reaching peak performance through your subconscious is not about controlling your subconscious, but about upgrading it. That means both systems in you, the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, need to be on the same page, and you have to delete this internal program in your subconscious mind that creates that internal conflict. And I will show you how you can do this in a second, but Just imagine you are, for example, a creator. Just imagine filming 10 videos in a row without fighting procrastination, without fighting that voice that tells you, oh, who will care about what I have to say? Because your subconscious programming already sees you as the person who does that. Or imagine you're an entrepreneur and imagine scaling your business without the emotional roller coaster, because your subconscious has already normalized that level of success. How good would you feel in those scenarios? How more productive would you be? How much more time would you have in your day for things that really matter? I tell you, it's exciting to live that way. It's the true new way of peak performance. And now you think, okay, Nadine, just stop talking and tell me how I should do that. And I will do exactly this. Here's what most people get wrong if they try to align these two systems. Most high performers think alignment is something that you do with your intellect. It's an intellectual process, but you don't just decide and think differently, because the subconsciousness doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion and identity. So let's try something quick right now so you can see what I mean. Let's do a mini exercise. Think about something that you are procrastinating on, even though you know you're more than capable of doing it. Got it? Now close your eyes and notice what happens in your body when you think about it. Maybe your chest tightens, maybe your stomach drops, but that's not laziness. That's your subconscious flagging a threat. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what's the hidden story under this tension? Is it maybe, what if I fail? Is it, what if they find out I'm not good enough? Just notice what comes up and don't judge it. Just observe it. Really like a neutral observer. And then finally, shift your perspective. Imagine you're already the version of you who does this naturally with ease. Now feel into your body again and feel how it responds differently when that's your baseline identity and that's who you are. And that subtle change you just felt, that's the appetizer. True rewiring takes you from this momentary relief into permanent recalibration. So your system automatically backs all of your goals instead of fighting them. So I can't rewire you through this video, unfortunately, but I have something else for you, because you now see why discipline alone won't unlock peak performance. Because it's your subconscious that's actually running the show. But here's the part I didn't cover. How do you actually know when your subconscious is working against you? Because most high achievers don't actually realize it until it is too late, until they are stuck in burnout, doubt, or constant pressure. That's why in this video here, I'm breaking down the 5 signs your subconscious is rejecting your success, so you can spot the exact moments your mind is pulling the brakes on your momentum. Click here to watch it now. And once you see these 5 signs, you will never mistake effort for alignment again.